Never do it. I don't care what the situation. I don't care if you have $65 million to $12 billion and you become the richest person on the planet. I won't get next to you. I'd rather die, suffer from hunger and suffrage than to befriend somebody who I don't want to be around. Because that's your grounds for me to go to jail. All that is a domestic violence. That's just looking for every fucking form to say. They just find ways for men to put their hands on you. You just want a guy to hit you in the face. You just want a guy to attack. You want a man to be violent to you. And you don't care how it happens to you. You don't care in what form that person. They just want that man to be violent. And I'm basically making videos because it got to a point where it's like this person is pushing me to become violent, and I don't even know these people. They're just looking for someone to be violent towards them. And then it's like they're not going after, like, you know how you would go after people who are actually violent criminals and would actually commit that offense. And you wouldn't think twice of going to court about it. No, this person's actually picking on someone who isn't going to fight back. Like, we're not going to commit domestic violence on your behalf, or we're not going to commit that type of offense. When you're in the picture, like, we're not going to get in a relationship with you. I will never get in a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like any female tells me that, I would look for ways for them to prove it without having to resort to violence or screaming or yelling. When someone has to become violent, have to scream, have to yell at you, have to pull out a gun, pull a knife on you, this, that. Once violence has to be a sort that's all they have left, that the person, you push the person to resort to violence, to be violent. I mean, it's like the excuse of you wanting to prove that I'm a violent person is pathetic. You need to drain yourself of that type of negativity. You need to find a better solution, a better option. Someone who's willing to go to jail and be violent and be a jailbird. In and out of jail, constantly never got anything going good for themselves. This is this in and out of jailbird type dude that it's always this, some people, they just can't live without having someone going in and out of jail for them. And when you a jailbird, you know what I'm saying, it's like almost like you cannot live your life without having someone provoke you going to jail. That's what really the issue we got going on. The person don't leave the premises. I do not want you around my circle. Find somebody else. Find another person to harass. What the fuck was that person doing from right there to right there? That person was standing like right there, just standing there. And this is what the fuck I was saying. Y'all literally noticed the person was just standing right there, just weird as shit, at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning. This is every day, bro, at like 7, 6 in the early morning, like almost like the person intentionally stands over top of us. Like if I was to, no, I made it sound like I was at the computer. See, the computers were there. I'm not even right there, dog. And the person was assuming that I was right there doing journalism. Like that person does not like people who do journalism or anything you do for yourself that's positive. They try to distract you from it. I don't know if this person is slow. That's what I'm starting to think, that the person is actually a slow person. Like the person can't read, write, or do computer. Like, what is it with your fucking life that you have to disturb other people that are that show progress? Like, I'm not responsible for why you cannot progress in life. What decisions your mama and your daddy made for you to progress in life, I didn't do. My mom and daddy, nobody in my family has any responsibility why your parents are deadbeats or lame as shit or broke or poor or I don't know what the fuck is the issue that this person is bothering other people and is forcing a violent, hostile environment. That's why we have violence and hostile environments, yo. Because some people don't mind their fucking business. Some people are so nosy that you want to ball your fists up and walk up to them and ask them, let me ask you a question. Why the fuck are you so goddamn nosy? And don't say that you're not, because I sat here for 10 hours. I lost 15 hours of sleep to try to prove something. And I finally got the proof. And this every single day. This is not just today or yesterday or once. This is an ongoing problem. We're not responsible for why your family broke. We're not responsible for why you're not so successful the way you see yourself. We're not responsible for why you can't lose weight. We're not responsible for why you can't gain weight. We're not responsible for why you got acne and you got manly hairs under your chin. We're not responsible for why you can't go out because they can't afford as many. You need all them shaving razors. You need to shave. You shave more than me. So a woman that shaves more, I don't want that shit around me. You have facial hairs like a man. No. I can see the hairs poking out of the fucking chins, dude, from a distance. So I can see you're dirty as shit. You don't wear your clothes right. You don't look right. You wear the same shit almost every day. That's obvious. It's not something that it's not a collectible. They're not clothes from a video game that you have to purchase at GameStop, okay, or order it online. It's not a bunch of, you don't have 8, 9, 10 shirts that are for Grand Theft Auto. Your whole wardrobe is what the characters in Grand Theft Auto be wearing. So, I mean, you don't have that going on for yourself. So, yes, I can wear a pair of jeans 2-3 times a week, and you wouldn't tell the difference because they're all cosplay. It really, to be honest, it's a costume. They're just all the clothes and attire that is seen in the video Grand Theft Auto 5, okay, is what I have in my closet. I don't go shopping like everybody do because my clothes are cheap and they're from a video game and they're still stylish. Some of them are North Face and there's a few things that are name brand, but most of my clothes are from a video game. I'm wearing a costume every single fucking day. So of course I'm gonna be in style because I look like the character in the video game. It's colorful, it looks nice, and it's decent, and it's not expensive. So it's almost going to be like, he got money. No, I don't have money. I just bought some cheap-ass clothes online that were from a video game. And you guys think it's name brand, big-time drug dealer shit. Okay, fine. But I'm not interested in you. You don't even have, you look like you just went to the thrift store and just threw on a bunch of clothes that really didn't fit, that are already used. You don't look fresh. It doesn't look tailored or created by a costume creator or someone who creates costumes and knit and sew and has a sewing machine and went into the store, bought fabric, created a pair of jeans and put them on like if it was jeans that he wore from the store. Of course, they're going to look brand new because I went to the fabric store and I bought some jean fabric and I created a pair of jeans with a sewing machine. And then I went to Walmart and bought another pair of jeans for $25. And then I went online and I went and bought a Guess beanie and some Guess clothes and some Guess shirts. And I cut the triangle out of the Guess shirt and I patched it, and I sewed it, and I glued it onto the back of my jeans. Now everybody thinks I have on $800 vintage Guess jeans on for the 90s. I went online and I bought some Guess jeans that were from the 90s. And I took some scissors and I cut the triangle parts of the sides of the jeans. You know, that side part, the pockets of the jeans where it looked like a triangle. Like the side of the pockets look like a triangle. That's the only pair of jeans that do that is Guess. So I took this little triangle formation that was on the sides and I cut it out and I pasted it and sewed it onto a brand new pair. And made a fresh brand new pair of vintage custom made Guess jeans that I sewed with a sewing kit and a sewing machine. That's a totally, completely different issue compared to someone who's pacing around, who wears clothes from the thrift store, buys cars at the auction, okay, that are not brand new, they're cheap shit. Everything you have is low budget. I don't want that shit. Everything I have is arts and crafts and has been created with my own hands and my own brain. You went to the thrift store and purchased clothes that I don't know, been in a funeral home or it could have been on a dead body. It could have been somebody who was killed on the street, and then the morgue decided to take the clothes that they got shot and killed in, and then they kind of, bleached it out. They took it to the cleaners, they sanitized it, and they gave it and donated it to the thrift store. Okay, and then you have those negative spirits and negative vibes on those clothing, and everything you do in your house, like, it's so much, like you have so much spiritual baggage from those purchases at the thrift store that it accumulated, and you don't realize you have a dead man in your closet. You have an evil spirit in your closet. You have several spirits in your closet that all are being, I don't want you around me. I don't want you around me. We'll be back with this message.